Now our opportunity to talk with head coach Buzz Williams following this one, 83-79. And Buzz, one, your thoughts. Two, what do you tell your guys coming into a place like this and an 83-79 game?
I just told them the truth. I thought in the first half they were way tougher than we were. I thought that we were not playing with the edge that you have to play with against a really good team with a really good coach in an incredible environment. I think a lot of that has to do with the opponent, but I think a big portion of that has to do with the type of toughness and competitiveness that you have to play with, and that's 1,000% the head coach at Texas A&M's fault. That's what I told them at halftime. I thought we were markedly better in the second half in that regard. The toughness, the edge, the competitiveness, the togetherness that's required. And so I told them in postgame, the first 100 minutes, what I said was what I believe. And what transpired the second 100 minutes is the way that we have to be. In my opinion, in the 200-minute game, in our 4 losses, we have lost the intangible category of toughness and edge and fight and scrap and claw that you have to have. And so I have to do a better job of making sure that they understand that that's what's required when you play on the road, when you play a neutral site opponent, when you play really good players with really good coaches. And when we do that, I think we'll be really good. And when we don't do that, I think we'll continue to get this same sort of test. We need our good players to be good players when it's time to be good players. And I think we have a lot of good players. But we can't give away possessions of immaturity or negative emotion or I'm in my own sphere and I'm not connected. And when we get that figured out, I think we'll be good. But I think we're foolish to not say what it is. And as I said, that is not a player, that is a coach. And I've got to find a way to do a better job where the game is about a fight, a figurative fight. I'm not being negative, not saying we should play the wrong way. Those are not my words. But we got to have that invisible shoulder pads, like we're here and we're excited and we're going to do what's required in not only the tangible pieces but also the intangible things.
It seems to me, Coach, that this was a growth opportunity. Of course, you want to get out of here with a win. That's why you come. But at the same time, this is probably the type of game you need to be in right now, especially after you're probably playing the best half of basketball prior to this. But being challenged in this environment, I thought I saw some maturing going on in that second half, not just by a couple of individuals, as this team kind of matured a little, because it wasn't easy to stay engaged in this game because of the crowd, the atmosphere, and just how tough they were.
Yeah, I've never played here. This is an incredible environment. Obviously, I am familiar with the support that Memphis basketball has always has had. I thought it was great, but maybe I'm weird. Like I think that's to some degree. Not that I ever thought that I would have a chance to do this, but to some degree, like that's kind of what I want to try to do. And so I think it's fun, but it's only fun when we're all pulling in the same direction. You can't come into this environment with the talent level they have and this sort of environment and have scragglers.
Right.
You got to all hold the rope. You got to hold the rope, baby.
Well, one of the things here too, I was talking to Andrew here about every team's going to develop its personality as it goes through trials and tribulations. I saw personality kind of coming out. I saw the bench, and as much as you want everybody involved in this, chance of defense, instruction, trying to be encouraging. I thought that was more so tonight, especially in the second half, when it really wasn't that easy to be that way in this place.
Yeah, I have zero problems with the grit, the fight, the togetherness, the being on the same page, the edge that we played with in the second half. We'll be fine.
Yeah,
we'll be fine. It was the first 100 minutes, and you can't go into this environment against this talent, against this staff, and think that one half will be enough. And the other piece to that is we have to use this as a growth opportunity to realize that we need to do that both halves, right? Mm-hmm. Distinctly different second half against Oregon State than the first half. Distinctly different second half today than the first half. And we've made adjustments in our practice itinerary to try to get that turn. We just haven't maybe they're the wrong changes. So we've got to figure that out. But, like in this environment on the road, 51% of our shots occurred in the charge circle. Wow.
Yeah.
Man, that's really good. But we finished 43% of them.
Right.
You got to make layups. In the second half, we were dominant on the offensive glass. There were guys flying around. We were treating a shot as a loose ball in the air. Yeah, that's the way it's got to look right there. And we were treating a ball on the ground like it was loose ball. But in the first half, there were a lot of guys, too many guys, looking at the ball in the air, going, I think somebody else is going to get it. There's a loose ball on the ground. I'm looking at my teammate. He's looking at the ball. Maybe he's going to get it. Our lens on those balls, we need to have clear vision on.
It was interesting in the earlier losses, Buzz. There would be that bulge. I told John it's like that stubborn weight you can't get off, and it would be like 6 at Murray State, and it was like 8 or 6 Boise State. And when Memphis had a chance to run away, that's I thought where that toughness came in. And falling behind by 12 in that second half, and then here it comes slowly. You go on a run of your own, and just when you think they're going to throw a knockout punch, you guys absorb that blow. And came right back. It was nice to see that on the road by this team.
Yeah, and I think at the last media timeout, I could be wrong. I think we were down 1.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And obviously we were having to foul, but we shot more balls than they did.
Right.
We beat them on the offensive glass. We beat them on the defensive glass.
Free throws.
We shot 33 free throws and made 27. Now our turnovers were a problem. Mm-hmm. And we still shot more balls. And there are statistically a lot of good things. I think the thing that we have to figure out are the things that are not in the stat sheet. You can tell who did well and who didn't do well. We played 11 guys, and only 2 of them have a positive plus-minus. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, we got to continue to figure out that. But I think the answer is on something that's not on the box score.
We will see you Tuesday afternoon at Reed Arena against Wofford.
Okay.
Buzz, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Buzz Williams, head coach, Texas A&M. We'll wrap up the St. Joseph postgame show when we return. This is Aggie basketball from Learfield.